Good morning, Olivia. I know, you're busy now. But, I need to ask you an important question.
Morning, David. I'm on my break now. But, I have like 10 minutes before the next class.
Yeah. It is just a simple question. But, I can't understand. It's about a difficult word. I was trying to practice my pronunciation, and learn some new vocabulary, and I noticed something. The words pair and pair. I mean, they have the same pronunciation. How could I know if a person is talking about a pear of something, or the fruit pear? I know, this maybe sounds too silly. But, it is a question I've had for a long time.
That's okay. Don't worry. You're not the first student to ask me that kind of question. But, I will help you. This is a very common problem students have when they learn English. Many words that are otherwise unrelated and are spelled differently sound the same when spoken. For instance, pear versus pear. This is only one of the examples. This isn't big problem in speech, as people can usually understand what you mean from the context of what you're saying. But, grasping these spelling differences is vital. You want to be an effective written communicator. What I mean is, you can understand if one person is saying pear or pear by the context, and if they don't understand, you can always spell it for them. That way, they would know what you're talking about.
Oh, I haven't thought about it. But, you're right. I can spell the word, or ask them to spell it for me.
Exactly. If you're the one who doesn't understand, then ask, can you spell it for me, please? Many people are usually afraid to ask, and that's why they don't learn. Asking is really important. Because, if you say yes, yes, but you didn't understand, then you could have problems. And talking about pronunciation. English isn't a phonetic language, which means words are spelled differently from the way they're spoken. That could be a problem. Words that are spelled exactly the same may be spoken completely differently. For example, I'll read the newspaper versus I read the newspaper. That have a very similar pronunciation. It is almost impossible to notice the difference. Understanding these words is crucial in order to understand both written and spoken English. And you will know what they're talking about for the context, if you're talking about routines. Then, it is sure, they will say, I read a newspaper. But, if they're talking about future actions, then you can assume they are saying, I'll read a newspaper. Do you get it? Oh, another way to recognize if they're talking about a specific time are the time expressions. If they say, tomorrow, every day, today, later, at the moment, and so on, you have to pay attention. And now that we're talking about problems when learning English, it is important to mention idioms and slangs. This area tends to be especially problematic for students. You wonder why? Simple. Because it's difficult to teach in the classroom. Slang encompasses all the casual language that's used in day-to-day speech. It isn't necessarily grammatically correct, and may even sound nonsensical if you don't know the context. It's spoken in the best way for students to master slang and colloquialisms is through talking to native speakers, listening to pop culture, movies, songs, series, and doing other things to immerse themselves in the English language, because this will serve a natural learning process that will help them pick up on cues such as voice tone and nonverbal cues. Now, if you want a video about English slangs, then let me know on the comments, please. Also, I have to tell you about an important problem when learning English. It is the variations of the language. When it comes to the sheer number of native and non-native speakers, English is the biggest language in the world. Over time, this has caused many variations of it to appear and evolve differently in different parts of the world. Accents, dialects, local phrases, slang, and other variations all play a role in this. Seriously. This can be a serious problem for English students who encounter distinctive variants, such as Scottish English for the first time. For example, being aware of these differences beforehand and talking them into account when communicating is crucial in order to avoid confusion. What I mean is that you have to keep in mind that not everyone will speak English the same way. You will listen to different pronunciation, intonation, words, phrases, sentences, and so on. So, no matter if you are an advanced level, even if you're a native speaker, you never stop learning. The best way to overcome all the problem in learning English is to practice as much as you can, while fully immersing yourself in an environment that is full of like-minded English speakers. Even though there are many learning English problems, there are some things that make learning easier. Don't you believe me? I will give you an example. In English, nouns do not have a gender. Another thing, you only need to learn 3 basic tenses: present, past, and future. These aspects simplify a lot of things. Keep in mind that you will not learn English fluently overnight. The most important thing is not to give up, no matter what. Learning English can be the most entertaining and exciting experience of your life. Only if you overcome the problem is learning English. I hope I have helped you.
Yes, teacher. And about the English slangs, I want to know more about that, please.
Sure. I can make a video about English slangs. But I'm busy now. I will talk with you next time.
Okay, teacher, thank you for your time. Goodbye. That's all for today. I hope you liked this video. I hope this video will help improve your English listening skills. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. See you again in the next videos.